Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome once again to Changing the Questions, the show where we take a question each week and tickle it.
Excuse me?
My name is Paul Laporte. Joining me as always is my co-host Mike Miner.
Do we get some kind of reaction out of it?
Mr. Miner, how are you doing today?
I'm tickled.
And the question we'll be asking today is whether or not Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be a mainstream success. Now, I guess this is kind of a follow-up to an episode we did a while back. I think it was episode number 8. This isn't specifically a revisited thing because it is kind of a different question, but we discussed whether or not Nakamura should sign with WWE, so we discussed how well he would do there.
So guess what? He signed, and look at where we're at now.
Yeah, he signed.
Follow up on this.
Yeah, he signed, made his debut in NXT, and instantly became one of the most popular wrestlers, having one of the undisputed matches of the year at this point. They just did the sales numbers from March, and his shirt was the highest selling shirt on WWEshop.com. So he is being received very positively by WWE's fans. But I have discussed with some people who feel that once he debuts on the main roster, that goodwill is going to fall away, and that the main roster, he's going to be lost on the main roster, essentially. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, Mr. Miner. I will let you start things off.
Well, now, long story short, skill can only take you so far. Shelton Benjamin is one example. Phenomenal athlete. Seemed to jump out of a portal whenever there was a WrestleMania TLC match. We've talked about that in the past. But as far as promo skills and size type that they're looking for, guess what? It didn't work out for him. Will it work out for Nakamura? Who's to say? But the odds are not in his favor.
Okay.
I'll shoot it back to you for a moment.
Okay.
We'll go back and forth.
Yeah, all right, that's fine.
A little bit, but we're going to kind of bounce this one.
I understand the concerns. However... Whoops, that was loud.
Yeah.
Dropped the pencil, sorry.
I broke my elbow, too.
I understand the concerns. However, I discussed it a little bit in my when I did my match of the week write-up for Nakamura and Zayn, which if you haven't done so, head on over to changingthecues.com and check that out.
Cheap plug.
Pretty proud of that write-up I did on that match. I think Shinsuke Nakamura, when all is said and done... here's how I think I worded it in the article. We've been searching for almost 2 decades now for the next Stone Cold or the next Rock, and I think we've been looking in the wrong country. Because I think that Shinsuke Nakamura, if they book him like they've started him off, I think he can be one of the biggest names of all time. For the simple fact of, you mentioned Shelton Benjamin, and, talent in the ring can only take you so far. Talent of the ring only takes him so far. He, beyond having talent in the ring, is insanely charismatic. Is he going to be a great promo right now? No, his grasp of English is limited for right now, but the thing is that part of charisma is, and part of getting yourself over is not just saying words into a microphone. It's your mannerisms, it's your body language, it's the way you look at things.
Agreed.
It's what you do in that ring, and Nakamura has all of those things to a better degree than anybody on the roster by some stretch.
I will give you that. He does transcend.
So I think Nakamura, everybody has this idea that he's going to show up on Raw, and the Raw audience is going to go, bruh, I dispute the fact that everybody tries to make this argument that the NXT roster, or the NXT fans and the main roster fans are so different. They're not. No. Really. I mean, the main roster fans consist of all of the NXT fans, plus there's some people who just don't know who he is, sure, but they're going to be won over when he comes out and just is himself. And then there's people who independent wrestling, or, and WWE is doing a great job of building him up with different videos they put up on YouTube, different promos they put on, the NXT programming. When they move in the main roster, they're going to do that. They're going to build the guy up. Also, this is the same argument that people made with AJ Styles. Oh, he's too small. Oh, nobody cares about the indies. Oh, this, oh, that. Well, he's been in the company for 3 months. He has a world title shot at a pay-per-view, and he's been one of their highest merch sellers for 3 months running. So he is... Talent shines through, and charisma shines through, and both of those guys have it. Did they have it on a microphone specifically? No, maybe not. But when they're in the ring, they are so good at what they do, and they're so charismatic with their performances that that cuts through all language barriers. AJ cut through those language barriers when he was in Japan, and then he came back over to the US and has had just as big of a success. And Nakamura has cut through with that success here in WWE. And also look at the fact that WWE is trying to move into more markets. They had that Japanese show at Sumo Hall that they did. This year, it sold out in 5 goddamn minutes. That show sold out in 5 minutes. And part of the reason for that is Shinsuke Nakamura. It's AJ Styles too, and it's Asuka, and it's a lot of other people, but they signed Nakamura so they can get into that market, and it worked because that show sold out in 5 goddamn minutes.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
So go ahead. But you're still skeptical. So let's.
Of course, I'm skeptical. I think most people are skeptical. I mean, look at the way that talent like him has been booked in the past. Look at Daniel Bryan. The guy ultimately succeeded, but he went through hell to get to that point, and not many guys get through that.
I thought you were going to bring up like Tajiri or like Yoshitatsu or something.
Well, God, those guys were. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to go just the Japanese route. I mean, I want to go overall.
Well, I think some of the arguments that I've heard...
Even a guy like CM Punk, but, he had skills on the microphone. He had great in-ring skills, but it was only after he was able to go and basically shoot off at the mouth that they gave him any kind of attention. Daniel Bryan, he managed to click with the crowd with the whole yes thing, the no thing.
Okay, here's the differences, though.
But he was the ultimate underdog.
Daniel Bryan came in as a contestant on a game show. CM Punk came in...
What was the contestant, or what was the game show's name?
NXT.
Yeah, there you go.
CM Punk came in the third place brands. Shinsuke Nakamura has come into gigantic fanfare in the hottest the hottest thing the company has going right now.
But you know what?
And was immediately given a spotlight.
To not discredit CM Punk when he was on that third brand, the crowd went nuts for him.
Right, because talent shines through.
Talent does shine through, but he also felt like he belonged in that brand. He felt like...
I'm not disparaging either guy. I'm just saying in the way that they were presented initially.
Exactly.
WWE, like, the guys who do best are the guys who tend to be treated like a big deal. The Rock was treated like a big deal. Stone Cold was treated like a big deal. John Cena treated like a big deal. Shinsuke Nakamura is being treated like a big deal.
But you know what? It also depends how far he goes. If he doesn't go as far as he could, they need to tweak something, because if they don't tweak something, he's going to sink.
What do you think they need to tweak of Shinsuke Nakamura?
You don't need to. I don't think you need to tweak anything on him. Personally speaking,
but what? I'm
trying to take a side on here.
So what part of his overall package do you think is not going to get over with mainstream audiences?
I'm not saying that it's not going to get over, but if it doesn't get over, if it does not get over for whatever reason, they're going to try. They need to try something. It's not like they try anything these days anyway. They kind of coast along. Look at Roman Reigns. They're coasting along with him. Maybe he's going to turn heel. Maybe not. He's the guy. He's not a bad guy. He's not a good guy. He's the guy. Whatever. John Cena may as well use the same line over the last 12, 13 years.
Yeah. I think here's. Go ahead.
But I was going to say, if he doesn't have something to ultimately ride along on and to get over with the crowd, then what's he going to do?
So here's another thing that I think
Ultimo Dragon, Tajiri,
here's the thing.
Yoshitatsu.
Here's something I think
Japanese stars.
Here's the thing I think separates Nakamura from all those names is that the reason Shinsuke Nakamura doesn't get over kind of like because of his gimmick. He gets over because of just who he is. So take like The Undertaker. Take his gimmick and describe it to a person who doesn't know wrestling.
Sounds pathetically stupid.
It sounds nuts.
I will, yeah.
Okay. Shinsuke Nakamura is this weird, gangly Japanese man who dresses up like Michael Jackson and comes down to the ring flapping his arms in weird directions, and you look at him and go, this is nuts. This is stupid. Like, what the fuck is this guy? And then he gets in there and does his thing, and you go, oh shit!
But you know
this
what?
Guy's awesome.
That is what should stand out.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Is that they do not let that dictate most of their shows.
That's fair. Like I said, I understand, but I think the WWE is going in that direction. Like I said, Nakamura did not.
I will give you that.
Did not come in. They didn't sign Nakamura. Like Nakamura did not look to go to WWE, and they're like, yeah, all right, come into the Performance Center. We'll give you a shot. The WWE went to Nakamura and went, we want you. Here is main event level money to come in and work for us right now.
They're going to try,
and you will be given a gigantic spotlight.
They are going to get their investment out of it. They're going to try to get their investment out of it. So sink that much money in, you're going to have to. It's not going to be. I mean, even Mark Henry at some point they said, all right, we're going to try to get something out of him.
Mm-hmm. So
did they succeed with Mark Henry? That's debatable. I mean, it took him 12 years to get an actual world championship run.
And I also think that if
longer.
Nakamura shows up and they try and give him the Daniel Bryan treatment of like using him to put over other people or not giving him his fair shake or whatnot, the fans are going to be on them so goddamn hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be probably bigger than Daniel Bryan. They're probably going to be more on them than they were Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan is so incredibly good at what he does, but he was somebody who, if you didn't know him, it was tough to connect to him. Whereas Nakamura, you just watch this guy do the silly things he does in the ring and still be incredibly good. Like, he can be funny, he can be serious, he can be scary, he can wrestle in a variety of different styles. You're just going to look at this guy and go, wow, this guy is, you watch certain wrestlers and you go, this guy is different than everybody else. He's a different human being than everybody else in this company. Nakamura is that guy, and I think more than just him being a success, I think he is going to be one of the most successful wrestlers of this era, and he's going to go down along with those names in that echelon of Rock, of Austin, of Savage, of Hogan, of Ultimate Warrior. He's going to go down in those names. I really believe that. People can be cynical. People have a right to be cynical because, right, WWE's track record with Asian wrestlers, awful. Has been awful. But
absolutely, Taka Michinoku, Ultimo Dragon,
Shinsuke Nakamura is probably better than all of them that came through. And
that must hurt you inside a little bit to say that about Tajiri.
Yes, but he's better than all of them.
Tenryu.
And Tenryu just came in for like a one shot. They didn't really. I know that they still did a lot of racist shit with him in the one time he was there.
Kabuki.
Speak English. It's not. I hate Eugene Okerlund.
Yokozuna.
No, we discussed that already. So I think Nakamura is going to be the exception to that rule, and he is somebody who is just so special and so charismatic and so unique that even if he never gets better at English at all, he's still going to be successful just on the fact that he is who he is. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's against him is potentially time. He's 36 years old. If something happens where he gets some sort of injury early on,
to be fair, I mean, look at AJ Styles' current position right now, and he's older than Nakamura.
Yeah, he's 38.
By at least 2 or 3 years.
I think Nakamura, when all is said and done, he's going to go down with more of a profile than AJ Styles, even. Yeah. So I think he's going to be able to surpass that. I understand the cynicism, I really do, and yeah, there's a chance that WWE just bumbles this whole thing and it becomes a big disaster. But based on the way it started and the fact that just Shinsuke Nakamura is so goddamn good that I feel like even if they tried to torpedo him, they'd fail.
What I want to see, to be honest with you, is a match between him and Brock Lesnar, current day Shinsuke Nakamura versus Brock Lesnar.
It'll happen. It'll be amazing. You know what?
The thing is, it can't be like it was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. It can't be like that. It's got to be modern day Shinsuke Nakamura and Brock Lesnar going toe-to-toe.
I mean, 2006 Shinsuke Nakamura and Brock Lesnar was excellent.
Yeah,
it's good.
This
is going to be so much
better. That's what I'm going to say. It's
so
got to be better.
Yeah, it will be.
And it's got to be, God,
so,
I'm sure there's going to be some potatoes in that.
Yeah, like I said, I understand the cynicism, and, you guys could be right, but I just think Shinsuke Nakamura will overcome it. You're more skeptical, which is understandable.
No, I don't want to be.
Yeah, all right.
I don't want to be, but you know what? There is always a part of me that is, and given the state that they're going, or given the state of the company right now and the direction they're going, it's more probable that they will do the right thing, go the right way, so to speak. They might have a different perception where the right way is, but as far as presenting somebody like AJ Styles on television, especially after last night, where he's a potential leader of the unnamed Bullet Club, mm-hmm. and who knows, maybe that's a vehicle to get Finn Balor on television. They're going the way.
They seem to be doing good things now.
Yeah, they're doing good things now, but it's just a matter of time before it's all that comes together and gels up a bit, and the old guard comes falling down.
Yeah.
So. I am optimistic, but you always got to be a little bit skeptical.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for this episode, Changing the Questions. We hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to check out our website, www.changingtheqs.com, changingtheqs.com. Also, be sure to check out all of our other shows. On Monday, we have Time Warp. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have Changing the Questions. Wednesdays, we have Booking a Better Wrestler. And Fridays, we have Let's Play TEW. If you are somebody who likes to listen to podcasts through iTunes, you can now do that for all of our episodes of Changing the Questions, Time Warp, and Booking a Better Wrestler. We have individual podcasts for each of those series. You can go back and check out all of our 75 some episodes of audio programming we've done so far, all through iTunes. And if you do that, please be sure to give us 5-star ratings, give us a nice little review while you're over there. You can also check them out on YouTube. As always, just search for Change the Questions for our YouTube page. We'll still be putting things up there, and then you'll also be able to download those through our website as well. Just look for the links for each of those series. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at Change of the Qs, which is at Change of the QS. You can also like us on Facebook. Just search for Change of the Questions there. And if you want to send us a good old-fashioned email, you can do so at changeofthequestions@gmail.com. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. For Mike Miner.
I got to get going. I've got to go watch a match where Grunge puts New Jack through a press table with a leg drop.
My name is Paul Laporte. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.